Now, you are the chief opponents of using the Ghana card as the only identifier. Previously, we had the passport, we had the birth cert, we had the guarantor system, we had the driver's license.
That has been taken up since 2019.
And we also had the NHIA card, which was also taken out. Right. What is the concern now? Looking at the figures, all Ghanaians 15 years and above, only 2.5 million are left to be captured.
Well, Samson, thank you very much. I want to say, categorically, that the NDC as a party is not against the use of the Ghana card for purposes of voter registration. The NDC was part of the parliament that passed the law, the National Identification or Register Act, as well as, the CI 126. Okay, which spells out the...
Actually, the bigger, heavy lifting job was done when your regime was in power. Right.
Okay, so we are not against the use of the Ghana card. In fact, we think that the Ghana card is the solution for delivering a clean society and for delivering a clean election. Okay. However, our issue is the availability of the card. Now, you are talking about the 2.5 million Ghanaians who have not yet been issued with a card. Now, that's a significant number when it comes to the voter register. Remember, the margins by which each of the party wins an election in this country. 2.5 million people is a significant number.
2.5 million, 15 and above.
15 and above.
Right.
So it means that if you disaggregate that figure, okay, there are some who will be eligible to vote, and there are some who will just be, who are minors who are not qualified to vote. So our problem is that if the Ghana card were available everywhere in this country for all persons eligible to vote, we have no problem with that. All right. Now, if you go back to the statute establishing the National Identity Register, you realize that one of the means by which you obtain the Ghana card is the guarantee system, whereby, persons who know you as a member of the community. In areas such as my constituency, very remote areas where people are, born without, birth certificates and so on. They grow up to even JHS, secondary school, and they don't have any form of identification. And so if you insist that these persons must produce the Ghana card, okay, in order to be able to, register to vote, then it means that if you take off the guarantor system, all right, from the national ID, from the voter, the requirement to get a voter ID card, all right, they are going to use the same guarantor system in order to be able to get the Ghana card. So your source document, which is the basis of your, saying that somebody is eligible to register to vote, itself has the deficiency that you are seeking to cure. All right. So our biggest problem is that if you say that that is the CI is seeking to say that the guarantor system be abolished completely, and that anybody who is coming to register must come with a Ghana card. And we are saying no to that. The reason is what I've just said. In most areas of the country, people do not have the identity documents that would allow them, to easily obtain the Ghana card for purpose.
In most areas of the country?
Yes.
Are we still talking to these statistics? Because it says we have captured in excess of 17 million Ghanaians,
right,
15 and above, and the only number left is 2.5. So how can it be most areas?
Well, the question is, you see, we need to deconstruct the figures. 2.5 million, right, is a global figure. The question is, how many of these reside in the rural areas? Okay? How many of these are in urban areas? And how many are in peri-urban areas? Okay? And so if you are able to easily capture these for purposes of providing them with the Ghana card, then there is no problem. But the problem we have, and you pointed it out very clearly, that 6 months ago we're here, and we're talking about the same number, 2.5 million, that was supposed to be captured. That has not been captured. Why has it not been captured? Well, the Chief Executive Officer of the NIA himself has just articulated a reason. He says that in very polite terms, because we were suffering some financial constipation. Okay, so financial constipation is the reason why we are here. In fact, I am reliably informed that the banks that loaned IMS, money to print, to help in the printing of the production of the cards, actually placed an embargo on the cars that were produced, and these cars were placed in a bonded warehouse. And so currently, the government had to cough up 82 million Ghana cedis in order for those cars to be released from the bonded warehouse to NIA. Okay, so as we speak, that is just $9 million, right? That is a drop in the ocean, because I know that IMS, Identity Management Systems, the private partner, is owed in excess of 100 million. So if you pay the company $9 million, you've done nothing. That is absolutely, insignificant when it comes to what you owe.
To the issue of 2.5 million left to be captured.
Right.
Is it not rather the best approach to look forward to how those can be captured, rather than opposing the process of insisting that we should use Ghana card? Because as we understand, in the Ghana card system, you can exist only once.
That is so.
But we are, very recently, we have become aware of people holding multiple identities, different birth dates, different birth dates, and different mothers' names and all.
Yeah.
So this, you I believe that this is the way to have a clean Ghana, clean society.
A clean society and a clean election.
So why don't we pursue capturing the 2.5?
Okay, so let me backtrack and say something. We are fully in support of the NIA as an institution, okay? And we would, put pressure on the government as much as possible to provide them with the resources, because we believe in the work that they are doing. We believe in the integrity of the Ghana card. As you have said, the person who is in the news for having multiple identities, okay, when you put him inside the Ghana card system, he can only come up once.
That's right.
I myself have tested the system before. I walked in, I just put my fingerprints into the system, and I came up only once. So we believe in the Ghana card system. In fact, if you go back to the history, okay, this project was started under Professor Mills.
That's correct.
Okay, it was started under Professor Mills. It went all the way to, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Before, when we lost power, the MPP took it up. And I must say that the current, administration at NIA has done a fantastic job. We must be, honest about that, and to praise them for the, good work they are doing. So we think that they can deliver a clean society with a Ghana card, and we think that they can deliver a clean election with a Ghana card. What we don't want to see is a situation where, due to the unavailability of resources, they are unable to cover every eligible voter and then disenfranchise, a lot of our countrymen and women who are otherwise eligible to vote.
This is a number that they can mop up within 6 months.
Right.
And as I said, I've spoken to some experts who say, well, he was talking about deploying 500 of their machines. But if they took the entire 1,000, then they could do this not in 6 months, 3 months. They could actually do it in 2 months.
Okay. So I don't want the discourse to focus on a non-existent issue, because we are not opposed to the NIA's work. We are opposed to the EC's idea of using only the Ghana card at this point in time when, the 2.5 million people do not have it.
Right.
Okay? And we are opposed to the situation where the EC is now saying that if you come to register as a voter, all right, and you are in Gambibugo or you are in Dubila, where people do not have access to the Ghana card, you cannot be
For your
vouched for.
Gambigo is my village under his constituency.
And you know the situation very
Right.
well. I mean, this is not a hidden fact. All right. So if that is the situation, we cannot jump, ahead of ourselves and say that abolish the guarantor system and use only the Ghana card. It will lead to the disenfranchisement of a lot.
Is there not sufficient time between now and the elections to have that done?
Well, first of all, let's fund the NIA to complete its work. We can use CI 126 in order to do the continuous registration. And you know that, the constitutional mandate already exists.
That's the existing CI, which already allows the EC to do continuous registration, which law it can use to do the mop-up as in registered new,
yes. And then
newly qualified voters.
Yes, as the former minority leader, ably pointed out during the debate in Parliament, okay, we have a situation where Ghanaians that turned 18 in 2019, 2020, 2021 have not been captured, have not been registered to vote. Okay, so in a situation like that, if you now come up with a very restrictive requirement, okay, in rural areas where you don't have people don't have the Ghana card, you are not going to ensure that a lot of people are not on the voters' roll, and that is what we are against. We are not against the work
if the NIA
yes
had completed this process, you would not be opposed. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. If we were sure that every eligible voter in this country has the NIA document and can walk to the EC and be registered, we wouldn't be opposed to it at all.
Great. Okay.